Alrighty, so start to find a comfortable position on your back. Maybe taking a little bit of movement when you get there. Maybe drawing the knees into the chest and rocking around a little bit. I'm gonna need this close by. Or you can take a full body stretch if that feels good. Finding any movement here that your body might need. Maybe rotating the wrists and ankles. Maybe just taking some windshield wipers with the knees. And then when you're ready, finding a place of stillness. Somewhere you can feel supported by your mat, by any props. And just allowing the eyes to soften or close. And beginning to tune into your breath. For a moment, just noticing the rise and fall of your natural breath. I'm not trying to control it. Anytime we notice the breath, inevitably it ends up changing a little bit. That's fine. But just noticing where you're feeling the breath in the body today, where you first feel it. And maybe you're feeling it around the nose, that change in temperature, warm or cool. And maybe you're feeling the breath moving in the belly or in the sides of the rib cage, the chest area. Just beginning to draw your attention even further inward. And seeing if you can relax your back body against your mat. And seeing if you can soften the jaw across the forehead, let the back of the head be heavy. And then beginning to deepen your breath, moving at your own pace in and out. Feeling this rise and fall grow a little bit deeper, smoothing out. Setting the rhythm, the pace for your practice today. Noticing if there are any other areas that have grown tense as you've been laying here, or if you've been able to soften a little into your mat. And checking in with the legs, the arms. Seeing if you can relax the shoulders and hips just a little bit more. Taking a moment here, if it feels right, to set an intention or a dedication for your practice today. Remembering that this can be anything that feels right to you in this moment. It's just for you. And give yourself 3 more deep belly breaths here. Really becoming present with the breath as it flows in and out. And then slowly beginning to find a little bit of movement in the body, maybe wiggling the fingers, the toes, maybe rotating the wrists or the ankles, maybe turning your head gently from side to side. And when you're ready, go ahead and draw the knees into the chest. And then let's start to row the knees apart from each other and then back together again. So moving nice and slow. See if you can keep your low back in contact with the mat as you're doing this. So that might make this movement a little bit smaller. That's fine. You're engaging the core a little bit for stability. And then reversing the direction, rowing the other way whenever you're ready. And then releasing the feet back to the mat, keeping the knees bent. And let's open the arms wide. And then when you're ready, you may not have the space. I don't have all the space to open the arms completely wide. You can do cactus arms as well. When you're ready, let's reach for opposite shoulders, crossing the right arm over the left. So right arm is on top. And then we're going to move with the breath here. So on your inhale, you're lifting the elbows up towards the forehead. And on your exhale, you're lowering them back down towards the chest. Moving nice and slow with the breath, letting the breath set the pace for this. Moving at your own rhythm. Inhaling to lift and exhaling to lower. And let's do a few more rounds. And do 2 more rounds, up and down, moving with the breath. And then the next time that the elbows are down at the chest, leave them there. And we're going to point the right fingertips straight up towards the ceiling. And then draw the left hand down the right arm. And we're drawing that right arm across the chest. So the right arm, you don't have to pull. You don't want that right shoulder to lift off the mat. So it's just a gentle cross the chest here. You want to keep that right arm mostly straight. You can have a little bit of a bend in the elbow here. Breathing into the back of the right shoulder. And give it one more deep breath. And then slowly release that left hand. Let's interlace the fingers and press the palms up towards the ceiling. And then press the palms back behind your head. And then release the hands down. We're going to open the arms wide again or take those cactus arms. Take one breath here, feeling that opening in the chest. And then we're going to cross the arms across the chest again, this time left arm on top. So reaching for opposite shoulders. And we're going to start to find that movement. So inhaling to lift the elbows. Exhaling to let them fall back down to the chest. So moving with your own breath's rhythm here. And let's do 2 more rounds. And then the next time the elbows are down at the chest, leave them there. And we're going to point the left fingertip straight up towards the ceiling and then draw that left arm across the chest with the right arm, with the right hand. So it's okay to have a little bend in the elbow here. You don't want to lock the elbow, but you want to keep that left shoulder down. So breathing wherever you are. Give it one more breath. And then slowly release. Interlace the fingers one more time. Press the palms up towards the ceiling. And then press them back overhead. And then slowly release the hands. Open the arms wide one more time. Take that breath into your chest. And then allow the arms to relax by your sides. And let's draw the right knee into the chest. And start to take some ankle circles with that right foot. Make sure you go in both directions. And then starting to take those hip and knee circles, pressing the left foot gently into the mat, hugging the belly in for support. You're really trying to isolate this movement into that right leg. And then reverse whenever you're ready, circling the other way. And then bringing that knee back to center. And let's go ahead and extend the right foot up towards the ceiling. You can keep as much of a bend in the knee as you'd like. You can hold on either side of the leg. You can also use a strap here if you'd like. And then just take a moment here to point and flex the toes. Maybe hold for a breath or two. So you're gently encouraging that right leg towards your front body. Pointing and flexing is going to stretch different parts of the leg. So just maybe holding one and then breathing and then switching. Give it one more breath wherever you are. And then if you'd like, on your next exhale, squeeze the belly button down, draw the nose up towards that knee. And then slowly release. And let's rebend the right knee, hug it into the chest, and extend that left leg long. And we're going to find our supine twist. So nice and gentle, go ahead and start to take that right knee across the body over to the left. Doesn't have to be your deepest supine twist ever. We're just warming up. Right arm can come out to the right. Breathing here. Feeling that gentle opening in the right side body. And give it one more breath. And then nice and slow, start to take that right knee back to center. Release the right foot to the mat. We're going to take our reclined tree. So drop that right knee out to the right. Left leg is still extended. And your hands can stay down by your sides or on the belly, or you can lift them up overhead. If you're lifting the hands up overhead, go ahead and just allow the arms to rest against the floor. And make sure you're not squeezing them too close to your ears. You want some space. Give it one more breath here. And then slowly release the arms down if they were up. Gently use that right hand to close the right knee to center. Bend the left knee, take your feet wide and do some windshield wipers. And then bring the feet back to hip distance. Let's take that on the left side. So draw the left knee into the chest. Right foot is going to stay with the knee bent on the mat. And then find your ankle circles with that left foot. Make sure you go in both directions. And then start to take those knee circles. So isolating the movement into that left leg and hip. And then reversing the direction whenever you're ready. And then let's take that knee back, center. Go ahead and extend the left leg long. So the foot is pointing up towards the ceiling now. And you can again hold behind the leg or on the side of the leg. You can also use a strap here. That left knee can have as much of a bend as you'd like, and start finding a little bit of movement in the foot. So maybe pointing and flexing the toes. Feeling what that stretch feels like as you gently encourage that left leg towards your front body. Breathing here. And then if you'd like, for one breath on your next exhale, go ahead and draw your nose up towards your knee. Squeeze the belly button down. And then slowly release. Go ahead and rebend that left knee and let's extend our right leg long. We're going to take our supine twist. So when you're ready, start to take the left knee over to the right across the body. Left arm can take a cactus arm or can extend. Breathing into the left hip, the left side of the body. Feel that gentle opening and release. Give it one more breath wherever you are. And then nice and slow, start to take that knee back to center. Right leg is going to stay extended as we release the left foot to the mat. And then let's just drop that left knee out to the side. We're in our reclined tree. And you can take the hands wherever they're comfortable, maybe to the belly or up overhead again. Feeling that opening and expansion in the front body. Seeing if you can release that left knee to gravity. And give it one more breath here. And then slowly release the hands down if they were lifted. Gently close that left knee to center. Bend the right knee, take your feet as wide as your yoga mat, and do those windshield wipers one more time. And then when you're ready, go ahead and roll onto one side, whichever side feels most comfortable to you. And we're going to press ourselves up to a comfortable seat. So we're going to be here for a moment. If you need to pad your seat, if you want to sit on a block or a bolster or a towel, please go ahead. We're going to get into the neck and shoulders. Make sure that you grab your strap. this out of the way. So coming into your comfortable seat, let's go ahead and take the right arm across the chest, just like we did on our back. Dropping that right shoulder down. And then if it's comfortable, turning the chin to look to the right. And give it one more breath here. And then take the chin back to center. Maybe stay here. We're going to build this pose up. So this is stage one. You can always come back here. Or if you'd like, we're going to bend that right elbow and reach the right palm for maybe the center of the neck, right where your neck and shoulders meet. You can also just reach it for the back of the right shoulder, wherever is comfortable for you. And then you're going to take the left hand either behind here or to the elbow, up and overhead. So notice here, if you're starting to collapse forward, if your chest is rounding, you don't want that to happen. So maybe take the hand back here if you're feeling like there's not enough space. So sitting up nice and tall. Breathing into that shoulder. And give it one more breath here, and then we're going to move into the next stage. So again, remembering you can stay at any point here, or you can come back to any point if it's too much. So if you want to continue, go ahead and release and grab your strap. I like to double my strap for this exercise because then it gives me a loop to hang on to, but it's up to you, whatever's more comfortable. If you are doubling, you're going to take the strap in the loop into the right hand, and you're going to take that right hand back where it was. So either on the back of the right shoulder or the middle of the neck. And then you're going to extend the left arm out to the side and reach around and grab the strap. So this is cow face arms. Sometimes people call it archer arms. So the closer your hands are together on the strap, the more intense this stretch is going to be. So go ahead and widen the hands if you're feeling any pinching in the back or shoulders or neck at all. So breathing here. Seeing if you can let the shoulders soften, but feeling a little bit of a reach through the elbows. So that bottom elbow is dropping down towards the floor. The top elbow is lifting up towards the ceiling. Notice if your chin is tucking here. See if you can bring the head parallel to the floor. Give it one more deep, deep breath. And then slowly release the hands. Go ahead and set your strap aside just for a moment, and let's take some shoulder rolls. And then roll the opposite direction. All right, we'll take that whole sequence on the left. So when you're ready, go ahead and take the left arm across the chest and drop that shoulder down. And when you're ready, turn the chin to look to the left. And give it one more breath here. And then take the head back to center, gently release, remembering you can come back to this stage at any point. And then bending the left elbow, taking the left palm to the nape of the neck or to the back of the left shoulder, wherever it's comfortable for you. And then see which position you want that right hand to be. It can be in the back here on the tricep, or it can be up and overhead. You just really want to feel like you have a lot of space if that arm is up overhead. And again, notice the chin, make sure you're not tucking it. Breathing here. One of your shoulders may be tighter than the other. That's very common. So just listening to your body, noticing when it's telling you that you can go a little deeper. Notice when it's telling you that you need to back off. Take one more breath here. And then if you're ready to go on to the next phase, go ahead and release and grab that strap. And this time we're taking it into the left hand, and you're taking the left hand back wherever it's comfortable. And when you're ready, you're going to extend the right arm out. I like that because it opens the shoulder first, and then grab for the strap behind you. So again, one of your arms may be more flexible. You may have more flexibility in the shoulder. Maybe this is the side that your hands get closer. Maybe it's the side you have to give yourself a little more space. So noticing, making any adjustments you need to. And remembering to breathe, using the breath to help you here. And using the inhales to feel that expansion, that length in the spine. And using the exhales to soften. We're here for one more full breath. And when you're ready, slowly release the hands. You can set the strap aside. We're done with it for now. And then let's take the fingers to the shoulders, and we'll take some shoulder rolls this way. So let's bring the elbows together in front, and then lift, point them up, and then open them wide, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then drop them down. Let's do two more. Inhale together, and lift. Exhale, open, and squeeze. Last one. Inhale together, lift. Exhale, open, and squeeze. And then shake out the arms. All right, let's come into table. So take your time getting there. Move aside any props, grab any others that you might need. Patting the knees, the wrists as you need to. Spreading the fingers nice and wide. Hands can be in front of the shoulders or right underneath them. Hips should be right over the knees. Sometimes I have a tendency to lean a little back in this pose, so just noticing. And let's inhale, drop the belly, chest opens, and exhale, chin to chest, round through the spine. Moving through cat-cow on your own with your own breath. Seeing if you can slow it down today. If you normally go pretty quickly through cat and cow, see if you can make this movement a little bit slower. Really feeling every articulation of the spine. Maybe staying with this or beginning to veer off of these railroad tracks of the hands and feet. Maybe finding some other organic movement, looking over one shoulder and then the other. Maybe circling the hips or taking any cat-cow variation that feels good. And then coming back to center stillness, let's thread the needle. So keeping the left arm, the left hand planted, let's take the right fingertips to the right shoulder. And when you're ready, point that right elbow out or up. It doesn't have to point all the way up. You're just expanding, opening through the chest. And then when you're ready, extend that right hand. Inhale. And exhale, thread the needle. Finding any variation of this pose that works for you today. Maybe extending that left arm, maybe extending the left leg. finding places to soften and release with the breath. See if you can soften the neck, the muscles of the face. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then draw that left hand back if it was extended. Release the left knee. Slowly start to unwind. Come back up to center. Maybe take a couple of cat-cows here. Maybe just 2. Really trying to feel that movement in the spine today. Or maybe you're having some trouble with movement in the spine, seeing if you can ease into it. And then coming back to table, and let's take the left side. So right hand's gonna stay planted. Left fingertips are gonna come to the left shoulder, hug the belly button in, and then open the left elbow out or up. So feeling that opening in the left side of the chest, and when you're ready, extending the left fingers. Inhale, and exhale, thread the needle. And again, finding any position that feels comfortable here. Maybe extending the right hand towards the top of the mat or taking it to the low back. Maybe extending that right leg, pressing into the toes. So if the leg is extended, you're working a little harder here, but finding places to soften with the breath. Taking one more breath wherever you are. And then slowly starting to come back out of it, using that right hand to prop you up. And finding a comfortable position where you can find a neutralization in the spine, so either child's pose or puppy posture, using any props to support you that you might need. Arms can be forward in child's pose. You can also bend the elbows and take that namaste over the head. Allowing the front body to release towards your mat. Seeing if you can feel the breath moving in the back body. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then slowly start to press yourself back up. And let's come back to a seat. This time, if you want to prop the hips up, I would recommend just a small towel, nothing very tall, because we're going to extend the legs. So extending the legs out in front of you, maybe taking some windshield wipers in the toes. And then let's keep the left leg extended, flexing that foot, and bend the right knee, draw it towards you. And then you can keep the right foot here on the inside, or you can cross it over, your choice. Notice if that right hip is lifting. If you feel that hip bone lifting, sit bone, sorry, go ahead and bring that right foot back. So wherever you are, inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, we're going to take our twist to the right. So right hand's coming behind. Left hand can simply hold on to the leg or knee, or you can use the elbow if you'd like to deepen. Finding a comfortable position for the neck. So you could just be looking straight ahead, or you can turn the chin a little to look behind that right shoulder. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then slowly start to unwind. So we're going to drop the right knee out to the right. And if you don't have it nearby, come out of this pose for a moment, grab your strap. We'll just need it in 1 second. So we're going to open the left leg a little bit. And then if you'd like, you can close the gap between the right foot and the left thigh, but you don't have to. And let's take the left hand to the right inner thigh or knee. Gentle press down. So you just want to make sure you're not wrapping it around the front of the knee, because then the tendency is to lift. So gentle press, left toes are flexed. Inhale, send the right arm up and over. So you're trying to use a little bit of this push-pull to twist the chest open a little bit towards the ceiling. One more breath. And then slowly release. Go ahead and grab your strap. Let's take it around the bottom of that left foot. And you're turning your chest towards the left leg. Inhale to sit up nice and tall. Exhale, start to fold, drawing the chest forward, only going as far as is comfortable for you. A little rounding in the shoulders and neck is totally fine. Maybe you just stay like this. Maybe you walk the hands further down the strap, or maybe you think it's more comfortable to just release the strap and hold on to the leg. Whatever feels good for your body. Breathing here. Deep, full breaths into the back of that leg, into the whole back body. Find a tiny tuck of the chin towards the chest. Give it one more breath wherever you are. And then hug the belly button towards the spine from that center place of connection. Start to roll up nice and slow. You can set the strap aside, keep it nearby. And then let's just bend both knees and take some windshield wipers. I'll come to center on my way to the other side. And in these windshield wipers, you can always lift the toes and press into the heels. Sometimes I find that gives me a little more space in my hips. Or you can do the opposite, lifting the heels and pressing into the balls of the feet. And then when you're ready, go ahead and extend both legs long again. And this time we're going to keep the right leg extended. Go ahead and bend that left knee. And then decide if you want to keep the left foot on the inside of the right leg or if you want to cross it over, your choice. Checking in with that left hip, make sure it's not lifting. Inhale wherever you are. Exhale, find your twist to the left. Left arm goes behind, right hand can wrap, or the elbow can deepen. And then notice if you're collapsing in the chest and shoulders here. See if you can lift the chest, lift the top of the head. Right toes are still flexed and active, pointing up towards the ceiling. Give it one more deep breath. And then nice and slow, start to unwind. Let's uncross that left leg if it was crossed. Drop the left knee out to the side, and then you're going to open the right leg a little bit. And let's take the right hand to the inner left thigh. Gentle press down. Right toes are still flexed. And inhale, left hand reaches up overhead. So little push-pull, helping you think about lifting the chest towards the ceiling. And then slowly release. Go ahead and grab your strap. Take it around the bottom of that right foot this time. Inhale to sit up nice and tall. Exhale, start to draw the chest forward towards that right thigh. I can tell already that this is my tighter leg, so you may have that too. One side may be tighter. You may not be able to fold as far. Just breathing wherever you are, finding a gentle tuck of the chin. After a few breaths, you may find you can go a little deeper, or you may find that you have to back off. Taking some deep, slow, full breaths into the whole back body. Give it one more breath. And then hug that belly button in, slowly roll up. You can set the strap aside. And let's extend both legs long again. Maybe just do some windshield wipers with the toes if you need to shake them out. And then go ahead and bend the knees. And then either hold on to the backs of the legs. You can also wrap the arms underneath, or you can bend the knees more and wrap them this way. We're just trying to stretch into the back. So find a curled up position where you can lower the chin to the chest, where you can really hug the knees in. Feel that rounding in the upper back. And give it one more breath. And then slowly start to release, come back up. And let's come through onto our back. Go ahead and keep a block nearby. So heading down to your mat, grab any props that you think you might need for your Shavasana, blanket, pillow. We're not heading there quite yet, but almost. And then when you arrive on your back, take your feet as wide as your mat and do some windshield wipers one more time. And then bring the knees back to center. We're going to take our feet hip distance apart. Go ahead and grab your block. Press into the feet just enough to lift the hips and slide the block under the sacrum. So if you don't have a block, you can always use a pillow. Here, the firmer the pillow, the better. You can even use your bolster, but it might be a little bit too high. So just playing around. Once you find that position that feels good with the block under the sacrum, allowing the arms to open by the sides, palms face up if that's comfortable. Finding a gentle, tiny lift of the chin up towards the ceiling. And just allowing the body to begin to release over the block. Breathing into the belly, feeling the belly rise up towards the ceiling with every inhale. And gently fall back towards the floor with every exhale. Maybe staying here if this is feeling really comfortable, really supportive, or beginning to find any other position on the block that feels good. You can simply widen the feet. Sometimes that changes how everything feels in the back. You can also extend one leg long down your mat, one at a time, or you can extend them both, getting an opening in the front body and the hips. You can also start to take legs up the block, lifting one foot or both up towards the ceiling. Not all of these positions feel great for everybody, so just noticing, coming back to a comfortable position for you. If you're taking legs up the block, remembering that you can stay in stillness or find some soft, easy movement. Breathing. If you are moving, moving nice and slow as if through water. Give yourself 2 more breaths in stillness or to play around with any movement that feels good. And then when you're ready, rebending the knees if they aren't already, releasing the feet to the mat, pressing into the feet just enough to lift the hips and remove the block, and then slowly rolling down. And when your hips land on the mat, go ahead and hug your knees into your chest, maybe rock a little side to side. And then let's release the feet to the mat and just drop both knees over to the right. You may have to widen your feet a little bit for it to feel open in the hips. And then if you'd like, you can just keep the knees here, or you can cross that right ankle over the back of the left knee or thigh. So just giving you a little more leverage. You can open the arms to cactus arms if that feels good, or just open them at your sides. Breathing into the front of that left hip. Give it one more breath. And uncrossing the right ankle if it was crossed. Go ahead and drop the knees over to the left. Like you can just stay here, or you can cross that left ankle over the back of the right knee or thigh, getting opening hip stretch in the front of the hip. If the ankle is crossed over the thigh, both feet are flexed. And give it one more deep breath here. And then slowly release that foot if it was crossed. Go ahead and take some windshield wipers with the knees. And I'm going to open the class up for the last minute or so for you to find any other pose that feels comfortable for you before Shavasana. So maybe you'd like another type of twist. We'll take a couple minutes actually. Maybe you want to find happy baby or reclined butterfly with the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Maybe you want a full body stretch or a banana stretch where you walk the feet one way and the hands one way and kind of curve the side body. So find anything that feels comfortable for you for a few moments. If you feel like you don't need anything else and you're ready to head into Shavasana, you can do that as well. And when you're ready, making your transition to your comfortable resting pose, your final pose of the practice, taking your time if you're still finding some movement in other poses. Making yourself comfortable with any pillows or blankets that you might need. And when you're ready, allowing the body to relax, to release into your mat. You can take a bolster under the knees, or you can return the block to under the sacrum if that feels good. Some people like to take a little towel or a mask and put it over their eyes to block out the light. When you've found your comfortable Shavasana pose, go ahead and allow the eyes to soften or close. And let's all take 3 deep, full breaths in. So inhale through the nose, fill the belly. Exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out. Inhale, feel the breath enter the whole body, filling it with air. Exhale, sigh and release everything. One more time. Deep, deep, full breath in. And let go of anything you're still holding on to. Feel free to sigh a few more times if that feels good. And gradually allowing the body to return to this restful position. No need to move or hold or clench anything anymore. Allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm. And softening across the forehead, softening the jaw, relaxing the tongue, relaxing all around the eyes, across the top of the head. Let the back of the head, the neck, begin to release. The throat, the chest, the shoulders, all opening, releasing. Arms and legs are nice and heavy, melting into your mat. Fingers and toes are relaxed. Belly is soft. Hips and pelvis, tailbone growing heavy. Feeling the weight of your body on the mat, seeing if you can melt down into whatever's supporting you just a little bit more. Allowing the body to soften, the breath to soften, your mind and heart to soften here. Letting go of anything that's no longer serving you. And bringing your attention slowly back to your breath. And feeling the breath begin to deepen. And beginning to find some movement in the body that feels good. Starting small, maybe just the fingers and toes. If you're on a block, go ahead and come off of it before turning the head side to side if that feels good. If you're on a bolster or another prop, just rolling carefully off of it. And drawing the knees into the chest or taking a full body stretch if that feels good. And when you're ready, making your way onto one side, pressing back up to a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall, and allowing the eyes to soften or close. Just taking a quick inventory, a gentle body scan, noticing how you're feeling at the end of your practice. If it's comfortable, bringing your hands together at your heart. Allowing the shoulders to soften down the back, finding a gentle tuck of the chin, the mind intelligence, acknowledging the body intelligence. Thanking yourself for taking this time out of your schedule to be with your breath, your practice. I thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.